Do you struggle to create consistent Clipart bundles to sell on Etsy? Are you finding it difficult to create visually and color consistent bundles? If you are, this video is for you. Today I'll be showing you 3 methods that I use to create Clipart bundles that I list on Etsy and for which I get sales daily. So if there's something that interests you, please stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump into the video. Before I show the tools that I use and the processes that I follow to create consistent Clipart bundles, I thought I'll show you my store and demonstrate what it is that I'm trying to explain to you with this tutorial. So these are consistent bundles, consistently themed bundles, and they are very popular on Etsy. Okay, so this is my store, Clipart Artisly Heaven, and if you go to any one of these categories, you will find a lot of similar style products that speaks to a particular niche, right? So whether it is cozy winter books or Black History Month or Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever, you will see that the bundles are very, very consistent in terms of color, the look and feel, as well as the art style. Now, if you are selling on Etsy, and a lot of my members are selling on Etsy, that's very important for the person that's going to buy the bundle from you, because they will be using it either for a digital project like a junk journal, designing it, or a digital planner, or any digital product that they can create with these consistent themes. So when they buy, what you need to think about is when they buy it, they would probably have an idea of what it is they want to design. Like, do they want to create a yearly planner that is based on cozy winter books? Then this is something that they would be searching for. Now, if your bundle is very random, if it's just like different mixed matched colors, and like the topic is not consistent, it loses commercial value. So the reason I am making this video today is just to try and help my members with how to fine-tune the consistency in a bundle, because it is one of those topics that I get questions on a lot. And even if you look at my YouTube channel, you will see that the videos that I get the most views on are clip art centric, which means that a lot of my members are focused on clip art bundles. So this is an example of what a consistent bundle looks like. And if you go through the product images, even on the second, third, and fourth, they all have the same sort of color, like a burnt orange, light brown, like a terracotta vibe going on here. And just throughout the bundle, you see a consistency. Some people do have challenges to create consistency, so I hope this video helps you overcome that challenge, right? So I just want to scroll through so you can see what it looks like. That's the planner that I was mentioning earlier. Others would be physical product sellers or print on demand sellers, crafters, in other words. They will buy these from you because they need to create a final physical product. Now, because there's no text on something like this, on this image, the personalization effect, which is very popular on Etsy, would come into play here. In other words, you can, once you buy the clip art, you can then go and slap on names, dates, whatever, countries, whatever, so that you can personalize that image for a mug, perhaps for a teacher who's got blonde hair and who usually wears winter woolies like these. And then a very basic image then becomes a very personalized product. And again, your commercial value as a seller, like someone like me selling digital products, your product just increases in value. So that's just to demonstrate why it is important to have consistency in your bundles. So the 3 methods that I go about, I'll show you firstly. This is the custom GPT that I created. You'll see the company name here is Meta Finance Lab, which is a company that I own. And the first way is, obviously, I think the most popular way is to ask ChatGPT for ideas, and then just prompting it with visual art and color consistency, it already eliminates, having the bot to assume what it is that you want. So this is how I typically ask ChatGPT for help. Please help me with some clip art bundle ideas based on Christmas, and I need the bundles to be visually and color consistent with a watercolor art style. So could you give me some ideas that I can create Christmas bundles based on these? Okay, so once I ask ChatGPT, then at this point it will give me some ideas in terms of what it is that I can create. This system has been built with Etsy success in mind, so it speaks to, it knows me, like what the things that I do, the types of businesses that I'm involved in. So it's been set up in that way to gear me for success on Etsy. So the first bundle idea is Nordic Christmas Village Bundle. And to be quite honest, these aren't terms or ideas that I would have come up personally, which is why I love all things AI and especially ChatGPT for things like this. Sweet Christmas street bundles, or if we look at the Nordic Christmas Village Bundle, it will tell me it's a cozy Scandinavian cottages, snowy pine trees, sleighs, and villages in winter clothes. Now, I have seen Scandinavian Christmas clip art bundles, and even t-shirt designs. It's very popular on Etsy. So that's what I meant when I say it's geared towards thinking what's on Etsy and what people would probably gravitate towards during Q4. Okay, so it tells you what the color palette is, which is important: soft red, sage green, warm neutrals, icy blues. Why it sells? Can you see it speaking like in selling terms? Evokes nostalgia and rustic charm, great for holiday cards and winter planners. Okay, sweet Christmas treats, watercolor gingerbread houses, candy canes, cupcakes. I wouldn't really do that because a lot of that is already floating on Etsy. Like you can just type in Christmas clip art and you'll just see a whole lot of candies, etc. I like number one, Santa's Workshop Elves Bundle. Also a lot of those on Etsy, very popular. But at this stage, we're just looking at ideas. Elegant Midnight Christmas Bundle. So this is a gold dusted ornaments. Theme is gold dusted ornaments, moonlit trees, candles wrapped presents, and starlit skies. Palette is midnight blue, antique gold, ivory. I can see that. Ivory and then deep green. Okay, so it's kind of stepping out of the traditional Christmas colors, which are the red, the blue, and the green. Sorry, the red, white, and green. Okay, the vibe is sophisticated and magical, ideal for upscale holiday decor and wedding stationery. Woodland winter animals. Who doesn't know woodland winter animals during Christmas is all over. So it's also very popular. Frozen floral Christmas bundle. So like icy roses, frosted eucalyptus, mistletoe, pine branches. So that's the vibe there. Retro vintage Christmas bundle. That's interesting to me. Number 8 would be Christmas around the world bundle. Wow, I like this. Traditions from different cultures, lanterns, Krampus, Three Kings, festive foods, balanced neutrals with pops of traditional reds, greens, and blues. So even though it's from different cultures, because the first thing that went to my mind now is like if it's different cultures, it's different colors, it's different vibes. So that might go against my objective to create a consistent bundle. However, it's pulling the consistency from balanced neutrals with pops of traditional reds, greens, and blue. Okay. Cozy. Number 9 is cozy Critters Christmas pajamas party. That sounds fun. Cute animals, bears, hedgehogs, cats in pajamas with hot cocoa. That sounds really cute. Then the palette would be warm pink, soft grey, light tan, winter blue. And it's perfect for nursery. I was just about to say it sounds like it's a nursery vibe. So you can use that for invitation cards. You can use that for like brochures for your store if you're selling nursery type of physical products. So invitations, definitely, greeting cards, that's what that is for. And number 10, I would say minimalist monochrome Christmas bundle, clean line watercolors of trees, wreaths, snowflakes, and gifts. Colors, soft grays, black ink wash beige with occasional gold foil effect. ideal for high-end branding, gift tag, stationery lovers. Okay, so I think we have to choose one just to test my consistency method. I want to go with, I think this retro, let's do this retro vintage Christmas bundle. Then I would say, please hash out number 7, write me 10 prompts based on the theme. Make sure they have color and art consistency in all prompts, all to be written on a white background. Please keep in mind that this will be sold on Etsy, so quality in your prompts is important. This is just generally how I would prompt the system, and I'd also say, please do not write me vague prompts. Make them detailed. What else? Okay, let's see. So here's highly polished and visually cohesive set of 10 detailed prompts for your retro vintage Christmas idea, right? Each written with Etsy level quality standards, tailored for watercolor style on a white background and carefully designed for color and thematic consistency. Now, if you are in my digital bootcamp course, if you're one of my students, you do have access to this custom-made GPT, right? So it will be under your tool stack. Once you log into the system, you'll see all the modules, and then you've also got access to this tool. If you need help to navigate to it, just drop me a message and I'll be happy to help you out. Unfortunately, it's not available in the GPT store. It's just for my members. Okay, let's see. So here are the 10 prompts. Watercolor Santa with sack of toys. Okay, I honestly don't read the prompts. It's just too much reading going on. No surprise here. My software of choice today will be AI, the AI Artisly, which is version 5. And I'm going to go to AI Art Illustrator, and I'm going to use the digital style, watercolor digital inspired style. Not going to say much about in terms of promoting the product, but Artisly is once off. You pay once off $47, and you never pay again. You've got the rights to sell your images. You've got lots of tools here available to you. I can't tell you off the bat what is available in the 47 and what is not. I believe under AI image designer and AI agents, that is available, but I know for a fact where I'm taking you today, it's not available under the 47 package. It is available under the Pro package, which is $147, and again, it's once off. You pay once, you never pay again. So worth it. Let's paste the prompt. I just like to do 4 and then click generate. And then I just do about 3 to make sure that the system understands, or rather the GPT understand what it is that I was asking it to do. So I'll check the first 3 images and ask for, and just check the color consistency, right, which is very important. As I've mentioned when I was showing you my store, it doesn't help you having random items in a Christmas bundle, because it needs to almost have some sort of story behind it. So if it's based on bees and honey and sunflowers, then it's going to be odd to have something super green or super red in it, because typically those elements are brown, rich brown, yellow, bright yellow, like a beigey color. So it is important that you get the color consistency and visual consistency right with Clipart bundles, okay? So let's see. Okay, this is the retro vibe. Okay, let's see. okay, I don't feel the retroness, right? So I'm going to go back and say, that's why I test the first three. So I'll go back and say, I need it to be super 1950s focus with a depth of retro vibes. I don't feel it in your prompts. I don't see or feel it in your prompts because I really don't, right? Then I'll ask the GPT to go back and just rehash them out. Okay, so let's go. Also, I like to, if I know I'm not going to use these, right, what I like to do is I like to bulk delete them. I don't know, it's just an administrative thing because I know I'm not going to use it. I just don't like stuff taking space if I'm not going to use it. So I'll go back to AI Illustrator, watercolor art style, paste, go 4. What's a Googie style? Googie style Christmas tree. Never heard of such a thing. Okay, so that's more like it. So a short way for me to go back quickly to the art style, because your other option is to go into wherever you want to go in here, right? You can go to the last image that you generated and just click on regenerate and then paste and then just select 4 again. Now, before I run through the entire 10, again, I would just check it. If I'm happy with the output, then I will complete the 10 and then just go back and ask for more if I need more to add to the bundle. Also, in terms of how many images do you add to your Clipart bundle, so that really is entirely up to you, right? You need to decide what it is, like the amount of images that you're going to put into your bundle. You will decide on the aspect ratio. That's all on you. So there is no like right or wrong number, okay? So these are the 2 most recent ones. You'll see this one is 38 images and this one is 27 images. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you feel you want to put into your bundle. Okay. So you can see here it's very focused on the theme. It's not random. It's not like animation art mixed with kawaii. It's consistent. And that is the key with selling clip art bundles. Okay, let's go. This is also one of the most recent ones. I really enjoyed creating this bundle. It was such a fun challenge. We actually had a challenge in the group. I think it was this one. I posted one and I asked the entire group to jump on the challenge, and I just wanted to see what their outputs would be. Everybody came up with such amazing designs. They told us where they created it from, whether it was Night Cafe or Kittle or Midjourney or Artisly, and that challenge inspired me to create this. So if you're not in the Facebook group, please click the link in the description. There is a link to our Facebook group. It's free. And if you want to come and exercise your creativeness or just ask questions or learn or even teach, come along and meet the rest of the gang. Okay, so let's go back to Artisly. We'll see. Okay, so definitely a retro vibe, right? We don't get fridges like these anymore. It's definitely a 1950. We definitely don't get TVs like these anymore. So also this like very old style, the car gives it away. So I'm happy with that. And then, like I said, you can then just continue asking for more prompts fill up your bundle, list it on Etsy, and share your link on social media, wherever you are, Pinterest, make a little video in Canva and put it on TikTok or YouTube. You don't know when something can go viral. And that's pretty much the gist of how you get exposure to your listings. The next way that I will show you how I typically come up with clip art bundles that's consistent in nature ideas is I will go directly to Etsy, right? So no tools, free way of doing this, and basically just go to the search bar on top, and then I'll enter clip art bundle PNG, and I'll just see what Etsy tells me what's working. Now, if you may or you may not know that Etsy is going through a testing phase at the moment. Some of you will know what I'm talking about, and some of you won't. You'll see amongst a lot of changes that the thumbnails for our listings is now more vertically rectangular, right? So it used to be a 1:1 ratio, so like a proper square, but now you can see it's like upright vertically, and it's like a rectangle. So I would not change my thumbnails just yet. I'm not going to do it. I think I've got about 500 products on Etsy until they let us know. They haven't notified us. I just happened to see it one day, shared it in my group, and then everybody just chipped in and like a whole discussion. So they are doing tests. I'm not that long on Etsy, but some of the people that's been on longer, I have noticed, I have heard them saying that they typically do test in Q3 to see what works and what doesn't work, and then they set it up for Q4. So this is like a testing thing. I haven't done any changes in terms of my sizing, but it might happen that they announce soon we go over to the size, and then we'll have to start changing our mock-ups. Anyway, so I will look and see what Etsy tells me is selling, right? I will also go star seller, and then from here, I will just change the star. I just don't know why they don't bring the button back. There used to be a bestseller filter button, but be it as it may, you can just change the URL here. And now you're dealing with the best sellers, the popular nows, the what's selling at the moment. I've got a Luris free extension, so there's so many SEO keyword research tools, but like I've mentioned, we don't need it for this method too. I sometimes just go and look and see what Etsy is telling me is selling. And if I see a pattern or a consistency, then I note it as a pattern, and then I will jump onto something similar, right? So let's see. Stay away from these things. Labubu. Please stay away from these Labubu and all these trademarked and heavily legally protected brands, Disney and the likes. It's not worth it. You'll see it's all over Labubu. So something like this, right? It's telling me it's popular now. Obviously, Halloween is around the corner. So what I'll do is I'll go into the listing itself. This is a good indicator that that's something that, it's telling me it's selling very well. And then you can just look at the art style and what the bundle is all about. Okay, so you've got cute little bats, black cats, spooky ghosts. You've got balloons. And there's something about this that people are liking. The store has almost 10,000 sales. They've been around for 5 years, so they've obviously got a following. They've almost got 700 reviews. So very important. The reason I'm mentioning this, if you're not on Etsy for that long, if you don't have followers or admirers who gets a notice every time you publish something on Etsy, it's going to be very difficult for you to get to this level as a newbie, especially when you haven't reached sort of these kinds of levels, right? So at this stage, I'm mentioning that because a lot of people in my community, they are new, aspiring. So just like pro tip, if you want to call it. Then what I'll do is I'll sort of make a screen grab of this. And then I'll just focus on main thumbnail. I'll go back to my GPT, and then I'll say method 2. Look at this bundle, and let's recreate something similar based on its consistency. Please change colors: neon green, royal purple, and hot pink. Write 10x prompts, all on a white background, and mention my colors in each prompt. They must be consistent in theme and story and look and feel. Okay. Okay, and then I'll just see what ChatGPT comes back to us with. Okay, so the style consistency is cute chibi style character, watercolor painting with soft brush strokes, outline subtly in charcoal or soft gray, all illustrations on a white background, etc. So it's just like locking in the consistency, because I'm on the consistency, right? I don't have time to waste with prompts. Sorry, I don't have time to waste with prompts. That's not going to give me the visual consistency that I want. So this time I'm going to go back to AI Art Illustrator, and I want to try the watercolor, not the digitally inspired one, but I want to go through watercolor art style and just see what I come out with. Now I know the example that I made is not it's a cleaner design than a true watercolor effect, but I want to see in Artisly what it comes back to me with based on this illustrator, which is true watercolor. And watercolor is the brush strokes are very visible with watercolor. This one is a much cleaner look and feel, so it's the lines are not that obvious, and each of these have their own distinct look and feels. Okay, so it's important, basically the point, that you prompt knowing what it is that your customer would be most interested in. So the pumpkins I showed you earlier, those were watercolor style, which is the style that I'm going to do now. And they came out quite nicely. So I'm just going to give it a look at the cute catty. The cute little catty. So it picked up the royal purple. It's got the neon green. Did I ask for hot pink? Let's just go back. The hot pink. Oh, yes, the bow, of course. So it's got the royal purple, the hot pink, and then the neon green. Okay, so it's got all my colors, which I'm happy with. So that's number 2. So now that I see that the consistency is coming through, I just run with the same prompts, right? And just copy and paste, because I see it's winning on the consistency. If you're struggling with Clipart bundle consistency, let me know in the comments what is it that you're struggling the most with, because in my community I get a lot of questions in terms of how do I get such consistent bundles, and also the tool that you are using, because I can do the same exercise in Midjourney. If I don't use a seed number in Midjourney, right, and the seed number is basically a number that is used in one image. So let's say you are, let me show you quickly go over to Journey. So if I use this prompt, right, each image has got their own seed number. So for me to get color visual consistency, right, it might get the colors. So I don't have an issue with Midjourney in terms of getting the colors consistent. But the visual and the art style consistently is only possible, in my experience, or most of the cases, with the seed number. And the way you get the seed number is you go to More, then you click Copy, and then you click on Seed, right? So you're copying the seed number, and then you can just paste it here, and then just do the -- seed, and that's your seed number. Now we can go to the next prompt. And that's how I get consistency with Midjourney. With Artisly, because I chose, let me go back. Because I chose watercolor, it's locking in the type of style. So I'm telling it consistently to do the same thing over and over in that style. Midjourney, as you know, you don't have that same style selection. And I use about 7 different systems any given time because I'm in a teaching capacity. So you might struggle to get the same consistency in Midjourney, but this is one way that you can overcome that challenge, right? Different story in Artisly. Like I said, because I've locked it in, I would then just copy and paste my prompts. Okay. So just to go back to the inspiration, even though I started with this, it looks nothing like it. So if you were worried that I was going to plagiarize this, it looks nothing like this, right? I just get the sales indicator from Etsy to tell me people are loving this, and then I change it up. And once I mock up mine, it will not look like the example that I used. So in terms of color and visual consistency, method 2, I think it works. I'm happy with it. I use it all the time. And this is definitely a bundle that I'm going to mock up and sell on Etsy. So let's just go back to Midjourney. I just want to use paste, and then you can just click on this button over here and it will pull through the seed number. Okay, let's just pull in a couple more. And I can also demonstrate to you that if you don't add the seed number, you might just get like very randomized outputs, and that is one of the biggest problems Midjourney users have, I find. Okay, let's go. Paste, and then just seed number. So I still love the output. I love Midjourney's capabilities. I started with Midjourney. Most of what I know about AI prompting for art comes from Midjourney. So I still love what it's doing, but if you are a newbie, this is maybe something that you take a lot longer to figure out. If you don't have like a community that you can ask, like, hey, how do you get visual consistency? So this is also this one. Let's see. Let's just make it bigger. Yeah, definitely. Watercolor, definitely it's there. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I think it's cute. If we go to Artisly, let's look at this. Very, very consistent. Same vibe. Same art style. It's not random. It's not like glossy 1 minute. The next it's very kawaii. And I find a lot, especially with Midjourney, that if you don't do the seed number, you will get randomized, half realistic looking, half photo realism without the seed number. So these ones, I've just recopied the prompts and then I left the seed numbers out. Okay, you'll see here, it just gives me version 7 without the seed numbers. So this is very much still on point. Let me try a brand new prompt. Okay, give me 2 fresh prompts. All my prompts is just so good enough today that it's not proving my point. Let's see. And the trick is to get it right with ChatGPT. As you saw earlier, I told it to be detailed. Like I put an emphasis on consistency and the art style. If you don't do that, you open yourself up to random designs, which is not consistent and will just add to your frustration, and we don't want that. So going back to my journey, can you see? This is my point. So not even this fits this theme. Sorry. So the reason I chose brand new prompts and not recopying these prompts or even some of the ones that ChatGPT gave us, I think because I copy, this is an example in this. So this still looks very similar to these, but I'm thinking the system's picking up this exact prompt, right? And it's giving me the output that the original prompt is given me, which is why I asked ChatGPT for fresh prompts. And because I asked for fresh prompts without the seed number, now you're getting super realism images. I mean, this looks like an image that a store that's selling physical products. That is what it looks like. It doesn't look anything close to this. Okay, this is fairly close, but that's also a realistic image. So the reason I asked for fresh new prompts is because I'm thinking the system might remember this prompt verbatim, and it's simply just leaning into the earlier ones. Okay, and then the first batch rather, it's not anywhere close to what we wanted or the consistency. So the key here is the seed number. I hope that helps you guys with consistency if you don't use Artisly. Going over to the third method, this is Clipartistry Heaven's AI Prompt Heaven. It's a library of growing vaults that I have created. We are almost 250 members, so we are getting consistent sign-ups. If you're not in the membership, you can just check out the link in the description and sign up. It's $9 per month, and you can cancel anytime, right? So this is what it looks like. It's got the menus on the left, sub-modules, all on the left, and on the right, you'll see what the image looks like. What is the system that I've used to create that particular image? As I've mentioned, I use anything between 6-7 systems a month. And because all members don't use Midjourney or all don't use Kittle or Artisly, I have to fill the vault up with images that comes from various tools, software tools. So you'll see, like, let me just pause. Yeah, you'll see the title. So Christmas White Cat Clipart, the date that I created it, the AI Illustrator, actually Clipart, the AI Illustrator, Artisly, the style, watercolor inspired digital style, and then the size of the image that it gave me, right? Also, there's some tech details. So I speak on the technical side of the image, high quality watercolor clip art. It's because the monthly membership is like a coaching product. I look at tech details, high resolution, print ready, color palettes, the focus elements, all of that's in there so that you can tweak this prompt according to what it is you desire, right? So you're looking at a black boss babe female with blue eyes. If your thing is a redhead Latina with hazel brown eyes, you can simply copy the prompt, make your changes. That's really in a nutshell what the vault is all about. I'm going to show you method 3. Method 3 is basically AI prompt heaven. It saves you a lot of time, a lot of inspiration. So let's say you want to create something in the summer, winter, spring, fall category, right? You can go through the vault and then just see what it is. Okay, so we've got summer, kids, pre-teen kids over here, beach inspired. One of our members absolutely love these images because she does physical journals, traveling journals. That's her niche, right? So for her, it's easy just to come and select what she wants. She tweaks it up and then she creates her own physical journals based on the vault, right? So all you do is you go through the vault, and then let's say you want to create something in the fairy tale and whimsical, and you want color consistency. So what I'll do here is I will look at a image, and then I'll basically from the one image break it out into a complete bundle that you can list on Etsy. Okay, so over here we've got the color palettes. That's the consistency that you're going for. Orange, forest green, golden glow, warm autumn tones. Mood, that's also important, right? and then composition, is she on the side, is she on the left, right, is she centered? And basically what I'll do is I will copy this image, or instead of downloading it, I'm just going to copy this image. Okay, I'll go back to ChatGPT. I'll paste the image. And also why I say the vault is a good place as a method 3. I am selling Etsy products based on the prompts in the vault. So a lot of them are selling on Etsy. And if they're in the vault, most of them is listed on Etsy. Okay, so just in terms of why, like method 3, I'm using these prompts. I'm getting daily sales from Etsy and I'm using these prompts. So it's a good place to have your keyword research done without doing your own keyword research. So I'll paste all of that and then I'll just say add to that. I'll say, based on the image and the information above, please create a consistent bundle, making sure all the colors are mentioned in each and every prompt on a white background, and almost creating a story-like consistency in the bundle. I want it whimsical, fairy tale based, and visually consistent. Please write me 10 prompts in a watercolor art style. So I go watercolor art style a lot because it's the most popular style Etsy. Hands down, I've done my research. But it's not the only style for clip art. So you can go 3D art style, digital airbrush art style. You can go kawaii. You can go line art. There's a lot of styles that you can go with in terms of clip art bundles, but watercolor by far is the most popular, and I think it's probably been around the longest. So while it writes the rest, I go and select 4, and then I'll just need to change it to the style. Okay, generate. So remember, I just test the first 2 or 3, and if I see randomness in it, I stop it and I retweak, because it's going to waste your credits. If you are on a credit system, like for example, Journey and Kittle, you get X amount allotted to you, and once it's depleted, you have to wait for a new allotted amount for the next billing period. But with Artisly, I have not hit a limit. They do promote it as an unlimited image generator. However, there have been members, when they hit about 400 image requests or prompts or whatever, that they are told that you've exceeded your limit for the day. But I think it's just a means to protect the rest of the members, especially for those who want to use bots for this process, right? I consider myself as a high value user, and I've never hit the limit. Okay, so I see the color consistency. I'm sure you do too. This was the original image, so it kind of copied the original image, which I'm happy with. And it's now giving me some other ideas based on the copied prompt from AI Prompt Heaven, which you didn't have to think about, which you didn't have to go and pay SEO tool, keyword tools to research. It's all centralized in one place. This is another one that you could have used. This is also another one. This is I did in Midjourney, but it's got a different color palette. So if that's something that you think would work for you, then I would just follow the same process. And these are also different colors used. Let's see, this ideogram over here, different colors. So it's all there. All you need to do is copy and paste. But I think the custom GPT did an amazing job to get the information from the prompt and the image, and to be able to regenerate, or generate rather, a bundle with anything that's cohesive. If you think this video will help you, let me know. Just drop me a comment and let me know that you've learned something, or you're still not sure, or you still need further assistance. And this can easily be mocked up and then taken to Etsy. Just paste, go back. So a lot of what I see members in my community, there's still a lot of frustration sometimes. Some get it right, some needs further help. And that's why I make these videos, just to help, especially if you're new, like the nitty-gritties like this. If you do lean on ChatGPT, make sure that the GPT that you are using is set up, programmed, geared for what it is that you want to do. As I've mentioned, my ChatGPT, I told him I'm a Clipart designer. I told him I'm selling on Etsy. I told him I don't want boring basic prompts. I told him visual consistency is important. Color, theme, color palette must always be consistent. So what you are seeing here is it's the output based on the setup that I've done, like off camera, obviously. But you can't just go to a general GPT chat and try and get the same. It unfortunately it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. You need to train your GPT for whatever task you need to excel in, and that's the key. The key, and those are some of the things that I teach in my memberships, as well as the digital product bootcamp. So again, if you're not in any of those, you are welcome to check out the links in the description and come and see what we're all about. I think that's it for today. I showed you 3 methods how to create consistent clip art bundles, which is the key to sell on Etsy. And once you mock this up, you can easily put it on Etsy, list it, share your link, and get some sales from it. I hope this video has inspired you or helped you in the process of creating and listing on Etsy. If there are any particular videos you would like me to focus on, just drop it in the comment section and I will get back to you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.